Hi and welcome back to the hair drawing. So today I'm going to concentrate on the ears. I'm going to do this one first, being further away. I've got some colours ready, but they may change as I go along, as you know. Hopefully I can get at least one ear done in this next part, and it should be fun. We've got some lovely colours going on with this one. That you can see that they're quite see-through, the ears, with the sun. Well, I don't know if the sun's on them or not, but they're very thin, so they look see-through, so it'd be really nice to capture that. Just to recap, I'm on drafting film, graphics drafting film, matte one side. You see I've got my transfer sheet underneath with the drawing, and then I've just got some white card underneath. Okay. And I think it's time to get started. So I'm going to work on this ear first, and then we'll move over to this ear. I've got my kitchen paper ready to protect the surface from my hand, and let's get started. Okay, before I get started on the ear, there was just something else I wanted to mention. So on the eye here, just to give it a bit more colour, I used the apricot Pablo just to lighten it, and then I just run over the terracotta just to give it a bit more of an orange colour, and that was it. Okay, right, let's get some of these, let's get this ear done. So I'm going to start with the warm grey 2. And I'm just going to get the shape of the ear. I've got the drawing underneath obviously, but I just want to start getting the outside in, drawn in. Now this ear is, when I first looked at it, it did look like it was facing this way, as silly as that sounds, because you can see the veins. It looked quite see-through down here, but looking again properly, it is definitely facing the other way. You can see the lighter area up here where it folds over. So that's something that we need to capture, otherwise it's just going to look flat. So we need to make it like a round up the top here, just to give it more depth and not to just look flat. So that's something else to consider. Right, while I've got the warm grey 2, I'm going to add some details. So this about here onwards is where it starts getting light, so let's put that in. I'm just using light pressure. Okay, and then we've got a bit of a fold here. Let's work this out. It's about okay, and then down the bottom of the ear here, I think it's a bit blurry, so I'm guessing it's some of the fur on the back, so I'm just going to get that in. I'm just going to cover that all in with the warm grey 2, so we know what that is. Okay, so we've got that in. We've got some veins to put in, we'll do that a bit later. So I'm using the other ear as a marker, so here, then carry on up, and then you've got this fold here. I think it's about right there. Then we've got like this little triangle here. And then I'm just going to bring this warm grey 2 down a bit more. That looks about right. Okay, I'm just going to come down, just bring it all the way down. Okay, let's give that a brush. There's like a little hair there, I'm not sure where that is. The film does seem to attract dust and all sorts, but it's easy enough to clean again. Okay, so we know where we are with all this, so let's concentrate on down here. Now I'm going to go with the light flesh with the polychrome, the base colour. I'm just blocking the colour in. I'm not using much pressure. I'm going to bring it all the way up to this line. Just making sure it's an even coverage. Okay. Now I'm going to go with the terracotta. I'm just going to go over what I've just put down. So I'm just getting the colours in before I worry about any details. And it just comes over this little bit here actually. Okay, looking at the reference photo, it doesn't come all the way up on this side. It starts going into a mauvey colour. So I'm not going to take that right up. I'm just easing the pressure off my pencil as I go further up because it's getting lighter. Okay, I'm just making sure I've got even coverage all over the bottom bit. Okay, I'm going to get the light flesh out again. I'm just going to go up the top here a bit more as well. Just put a little bit in. just going to bring it down here as well. It doesn't matter if it goes into the terracotta. I'll put a bit more up here as well actually. I've got the sepia 10%. Now this is the mauvey browny colour. So I'm using this one to darken areas up as well. Right, a bit up here. This is actually working quite well, this colour. I didn't think it would be dark enough. I thought I might have to get something else, but this is working well. And just take that around the edge as well. The top here still needs to be darker, but we're just getting the layers in at the moment. I'm going to bring a bit down here as well. There's a bit of dark shadow here. got the cold grey one. I'm just going to run it over the top here. I'm just taking it over the sepia as well, just to blend it together. Okay, apricot, I'm just going to put a bit more orange in here, but I don't want it to be too powerful. Okay, right, I just want to darken up around the edges here. I think a warm grey 4, let's give that a go. I'm going to go one up. I'm going to go for the warm grey 5. Warm grey 5, yeah, just checking. It's very short fur here, so just short marks with a pencil. I didn't really want it quite this sharp, so I'm just going back and forward because I don't want sharp lines. I'm going to run that all the way down. It is darker down here. And also with this ear being further away, obviously not a lot further away, but it's not as sharp as this one will be, so we need to remember that as well. I'm just going to run it very lightly down here as well. Okay. I'm going to get a darker colour. I'm going to try the dark sepia, but I'm not going to put too much pressure. I don't want to make it too... Actually, I think the walnut brown would be a better bet. I've got the walnut brown here. That's a better colour. I'm going to put a little bit up here. And then at the top here it sort of comes around and then down, so always look at the fur direction. It really does make a difference. Again, this is a bit too sharp, so I'm going back and forth with a pencil. Okay. Now I've got the raw umber 10%. I just want to run over that just to bring the colours together a bit more. Just use it as a bit of a blending tool. I am bringing it into the cold grey one a little bit, but if I need to brighten this up I can, because I've got the rubber. At the moment I'm just making sure all the colours are merged together. I don't want any sharp lines or details. I'm just going to run it all the way down. That's looking nice and soft, which is what I wanted. So now I want to add a bit more colour. So I'm thinking, where are you? I've got the coral colour in the polychromes. I'm going to see if this works, just to give it a bit more of a pinky tone. I'm just running it over lightly. I think that's working actually. I'm going to bring that lightly into the orange as well. And that's working well with the sepia 10. It's working quite well with all the colours actually. It's going lovely with that terracotta. And this is the good thing with polychromes, I think. You can use many different colours together. If you just go softly over, it sort of warms up the colour underneath. I think you could say they're quite opaque as well, so you can use that to your advantage. I mean, just running this over the terracotta, it's warmed it up a bit more. It's giving it a nice richness colour. I think that's worked very well. I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to take it up here a little as well. Also, a lot of people say with drafting film, I think they're scared to use it because they think you can't blend on drafting film. I don't totally agree with that, because well, as you can see, this is quite a nice soft this is blended in my opinion. You've got all the colours merging together nicely. So it's not strictly true. You know, you can use your pencils in a way where you can blend them together. Once you've got enough layers down, you can blend them. I'm going to bring more of that down here. Okay, right, now I need to make this a bit darker here to emphasise that this is a fold. Do a bit more dark around here, and then for the vein details I'm thinking of the Caput Mortuum Violet. So let's have a look. Okay, so I've got another colour. Now this is called Taupe. So Dare Wouldn't Light Fast. I don't normally use these pencils on drafting film, but I've got quite enough layers down now, so I should get away with it. They can look a bit scratchy sometimes, but it's the colour I want, so I think it's working. Run a bit down here. Right, and let's try the sepia 10. Let's see if I can just smooth that a little bit. Yeah, okay. So let's get the Caput Mortuum Violet. So we've got a little vein here. I'm not using a lot of pressure. And we've got quite a big one here. I think that's it really for that one. I'm just going to run a bit of that down here. I'm just going very softly. Got a very light one up here. It depends how much detail you want to put in really. Okay, then I'm just going to get the sepia 10. I'm just going to run over those lines so they're not so sharp looking. sepia, walnut brown out again, sorry. I'm just going to darken around here. A bit more up here. I'm just going to get the mono rubber. I'm just going to nip a little bit out, just a little bit of pigment out. It's so hard to keep these clean, that's the only trouble. And then I've got the little line here. I'm just going to gently bring it up here. These are good for not just rubbing out, but you can use them to lighten an area. So you're not taking all the pigment out, you're just lightening. Okay, just going to get the terracotta out, and I think we're pretty much done there. I'm just going to brighten it a little bit. Okay, and I think that is pretty much done. We'll work on this next one now and see if this one's done, but I think we're pretty much there for now. So I'm going to start on this next ear. Right, this next ear. So I'm going to do pretty much the same as what I did with the first one. So I've got the warm grey 2. I'm just going to run it around the edge. details there. So let's do the middle bit. I'm going to get the I've got the name right now, light flesh. I'm just going to run that over this side. I've actually put a bit of detail in this here, so it's going to be a bit more easier. I don't know why I left that one out. I'm going to run it over here as well. Okay, got this bit here. I'm going to run it this side as well, and then it goes more orangey. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to run it all over actually. Do the same method as we did with this one because it worked well. I'm going to run it all over. Right, and get the terracotta. I'm going to start in the middle. Bring it over this as well. Okay, I'm going to run it over this side a little. I'm being light with the pencil, I'm not putting any real pressure down either. Okay, I've got my light flesh back out. I'm just going to run it over what I've just done. I'm using a bit more pressure now as well. I've now got the coral back. Bring that down here as well. I'll put a bit of that up here too. Maybe a bit round here. Bring that down here a bit more. Okay, the sepia 10. It definitely needs to be darker. A lump there. Oh, that's alright. I thought I had something under the film. I'm going to use that around the edges. do is darken around here and then come back to the middle. So we used a warm grey 5 if I remember. Let's just do around the edge. Annoying when the pencils get to this length. I need some more holders. We've got a dark bit here, joining from here. Let's get that in. I'm going to get the sepia 10 again, just to smooth that over a little. I still need to make this darker. Just blend in this layer first and then put darker in. We'll do this bit later because we can use the slice tool for that. I do need to bring this, while I think about it actually, I'm going to get the rubber out. This needs to be more straight, so come over a bit too much. Just want to take a bit out there as well. going to take the pencil line out at the back. That's it. Okay, right, so let's get the walnut brown. Let's just darken the edges up. Might need even a bit darker even. I'll try the dark sepia. And I'm just going to run that here. Okay, that looks a better shape. Let's get the dark sepia. I'm just going to run it up this side where it's darker. A bit around this side. Right, we can now concentrate on the inside again. Right, I've got the warm grey 3. I'm just going to run a line down here just to separate that white bit of fur. There as well. We've got a bit more definition now where we are. Okay. Well, I'm going to concentrate on the inside a bit more now. So I'm going to get the coral back out. I'm not worried about details still, I'm just getting the colours in. Okay, I think I'm going to get the terracotta out again. We've got quite a lot more veins on this one. We'll add them a bit later as well. Bring that down here as well. Sepia 10. Just want to smooth it over a bit more. Okay, I'm going to get that taupe back out. Where did you go? I've got the taupe Derwent Light Fast. I just want to start darkening areas. Okay, bring that up here as well. Right, warm grey 2, if I can find that. Where are you? I've got so many pencils out. Here we go, warm grey 2. I just want to do this area. And go on here as well. Something rough underneath. I don't know how anything would get underneath. It feels a bit sharp there. It seems to have gone now, that's fine. Right. I'm going to get the dark sepia. Using a bit more pressure now just to darken it up. I'm going to bring that into the white a little bit. There goes my rubber. Okay, and over this side. And I'm just going to bring that over this corner because it's quite dark there. Just going to lightly go over the terracotta. And get the walnut brown. Okay. Darken this bit actually. And that'll go over the coral. Doing very light pressure. I'm literally just covering it very lightly. I want the other colours to come through, so I'm just using very light pressure. I'm going to get the warm grey 2 out again. Come over here with this. That'll help blend everything as well. Now I need to make that darker actually before I do the slice tool. So let's have a look. I might go with the cocoa actually, just to run a line up there. That looks better. Do the same this side. Right, let's get these veins in. So I've got the Caput Mortuum Violet. So we've got one running up here. Doesn't have to be exact. It's going off into that direction. Okay, and then we've got one down here. And got one up here. Okay, right, let's get the sepia 10 and just run over that. Where have you gone? Oh, I can't find my sepia 10. Ah, there you are. I've got about 100 pens down here, so right, let's just run over them, let them fade a bit. Okay, right, let's get the slice tool. So I'm going to do these little fine hairs coming off here. The blade's not that sharp, so I don't run over it twice. Okay, just got the warm grey 1. I'm just going to run over that, another short pencil, just run over that. I'll do a bit here as well. Okay, and I'm going to make this a bit more vibrant, so I'm thinking the burnt ochre in the luminance range. We used it a bit more, we used it a bit down here, so I'm wondering if that will look good up here in the ear, just to give it a bit more warmth. Use that bit down here as well actually, and that's working well. Okay, and that's worked quite well. I'm going to get the apricot. I just want to do a bit more down the bottom, but I don't want to make it too orangey. So this is the apricot. Okay, and then I'm just going to get the walnut out, and I think that's it for the ears. I'm just going to put a bit more hair down here. Darken that up a little bit. This is when I keep going and need to make myself stop sometimes. Okay, I think we're about there.